Hello and welcome to Meet Our Makers, an artist interview podcast produced in association with Beats Per Minute. I'm your host, Jeremy J. Facette. On this episode, we get to meet Juana Molina. Juana is an electronic and folk singer-songwriter from Argentina, and she just reissued her second album, Segundo, for its 21st anniversary. Since then, she has released several more records, including a sort of surprise EP with punk rock versions of her older songs. In this chat, Juana and I discuss Segundo in detail, including a lot of what led to its formation and its process. We talk about her sort of long-lost debut album, Rada, and how it came from her sojourn into TV and then out of TV. We talk about her process, which is sort of a mix of perfectionism and absolute chaos, as well as her thoughts on the often debated term folktronica. It was quite a pleasure meeting her, and I think you'll enjoy it. So thank you for listening. This is me meeting Juana Molina. Going for you lately? How have things been as of late?
Oh, well, since last year, everybody's not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been enjoying somehow this new way of living, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And especially at the beginning when everything was silent and I found some kind of peace that I had never found before.
Mm.
And now I'm seeking for that again.
Yeah, as things sort of start to go back into motion, you're kind of like, wait, I kind of want that stillness again. Yeah.
Yes.
It looks beautiful where you are. I can see lots of trees in your background.
Oh, yes.
So that must be nice to have.
It was very nice to have, especially those days at the beginning of the current lockdown.
But things have been okay for you, mostly?
For me, yes.
Okay.
For me and my family, everybody's been lucky.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
Yes.
I know. I was just thinking yesterday how I in my personal circle of people, I don't think I knew anyone who actually got sick. I mean, I knew people who got sick, but I was lucky.
Oh, my daughter got sick.
Oh, did she? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Oh, but it was just really like less than a flu.
Okay, that's good.
It was nothing.
Yeah, I know that quite a few young people did get sick, and they typically got it less severely than older people. But I'm happy that she's okay, and I was feeling fortunate that no one that I knew personally was too afflicted by it. But yeah, I'm glad things have been good for you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope they've been good for you too.
Yeah, mostly they have been. I mean, you find silver linings in situations like this where you can. So
yeah,
stillness and peace, like as you said, kind of being one of them.
Yeah.
So the big reason why I invited you, besides being a general fan of your work, to talk to me today is because your second album, Segundo, is about to be reissued. It has not quite yet. It probably will have been by the time this goes up, but that's fine. So it's about to be reissued for its 21st anniversary.
Yes.
So I have to ask, was this originally planned for a 20th anniversary last year?
No, of course not. It was planned for a 20th anniversary, but then we had the idea a little bit late. So in order to do things the way we wanted to do it, we couldn't make it for 2020, especially in Argentina, where things are not as easy as maybe people from the northern countries are more used to. I mean, I don't know, Germany, for instance, that they have states also, you have any paper that you like and any colors, and you can choose between prints. prints now, what you call print, the people who do the print, the house, the printing house. I don't know what you call that.
That works for me.
Okay, good. But you can find many. Here it's like you don't have many options. So you need to deal with what you have. And sometimes you design something and then, okay, we go with this. Okay, that's nice, but we won't have that kind of paper until November. Okay. That kind of thing. So, and still, maybe November we will have it, but we won't have it in that color, or we don't know what colors we will have. And it's a little bit like that with almost everything here. So we need to adapt to our defects and work with what we have. But still, we had a beautiful job with the record. We went back to the original mixes, original tapes with, Segundo is a record that had, because I didn't know it was a record that I was making while I was recording it. I was just recording things. And like 2 years later, I realized that wasn't a demo at all. That was the record. So then I started to gather everything together, like cassettes. I still had cassettes at the time. Cassettes, CDs, digital. I just started to work with a digital software, but I had recorded in ADAT and also a few songs on 2 inches, and then, very different things that then they all ended up in my computer, of course. And so I went back to those mixes, and they sounded really different than the CD that was made at the time. It was all compressed, the CD, I mean, and with the criteria of that time and beginning of the new century, with lots of compression and lots of this and that, so the record could be a little bit louder, because it was a record that had been recorded with very, very low quality, because I didn't know how to record at all. It was just like a what do you call that? Something to remember what you've done. So I tried desperately to make it sound better. I even recorded some things again. And there's when I realized that it doesn't matter how you record things, but what you have recorded. And all I had recorded until then, it was so much better than anything that I was re-recording that was kind of dead and didn't have the spirit of the not the research, the search for something, like the going through a new path for the first time. That has a very different feeling than the second time you go there. So I chose to leave everything virgin and as it was recorded for the first time. So now the record, for instance, one of the characteristics of this new reissue is that it sounds a little lower, a little quieter, but it sounds much better. You just turn the volume up a little bit more, and it sounds really, 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 really the way it should have sounded to start with. And also, I didn't want to go into the mixes because it happened to me to have listened to records that I loved a lot, a new mastering or a new remix or a new something, and then it wasn't the same. Right. It wasn't my record anymore.
Yeah.
It was, so I didn't want to have people with that feeling, oh no, but the record wasn't like this wasn't here and that, except for a couple of things that I regretted at the time. Things that I would have liked to do differently at the time. But I'd love to dare the people who really know the record to tell me what I've changed.
So it's those kinds of things that you notice, but you're not sure will quite.
There's one particular thing that is really noticeable, but I won't tell it.
Okay.
But it was something because I recorded a few songs with Ron Aniello, which is a producer from Los Angeles, and we made 5 songs, and one of the songs, every song that we made, he just made a rough mix so I could bring that home to listen to and to have. And for some reason, we never saw each other again. And I only got those mixes that were rough mixes. And that mix was in the record.
Okay.
The way it was, because I liked it so much that it was, even though I thought the vocal wasn't very good and that it had things that I would have made better if I could, but I really loved it, so it went on the record just as it was. And then now what I did was to take those 2 inches tape, took that little track that was kind of missing in the mix, and made it a little louder. That's all I mean. But because every time I listened to the record, then I said, oh, too bad we can't hear this. Too bad we can't hear this. So those really little things, I mean, not little, but really few things that I missed when I released Segundo in 2000 are the things that I changed. That's all. But then everything else is the same.
And they're fine details, but I'm sure they're important to you, especially now that you've gotten a chance to make them right, as you're saying.
Exactly. Yes.
Are you a bit of, and I don't mean this negatively, but are you a perfectionist in the studio? Do you really try really hard to get things right?
Yes. I can spend hours and hours. Because, for instance, when I recorded that record, when I made it, I didn't even know what an EQ was or anything at all. I just recorded. The computer was a recording machine. That was it. So if you look at the files, at the tracks, for instance, you can see the line of the volume. It's like the Rocky Mountains, that all this drawing, like little mountains. And then someone saw that and said, but what is this volume line? And I said, well, because things were too loud sometimes, too quiet some others. I said, but that's why you use a compressor. Okay. But still, I never used a compressor, still now. I don't know how to use it. So I keep working pretty much the same way. So here we were during the lockdown with my friend Mario Gonzalez, and we started to talk about Segundo and that there was already 20 years and would be nice to make a nice reissue with a booklet telling the story of the record, and also to have something in addition to the first edition, because you want something else. And so we we started to work on this. Then we found a label. How do you say when you make a label? You what, a label? Put together a label?
Did you make your own?
Yes.
Okay.
We have
a label. We could put it that way.
We started a label together. And Sonamos is the name of the label.
Okay.
And Segundo is going to be the first issue, the first release. And then we're very happy with what we did. We worked with someone who made a mastering, especially for vinyl. which is not the same than making it from a CD or from something else. So many things that I didn't know about this particular kind of differences, like CD, cassettes, tapes, or vinyl. They all have their own way to be mastered or mixed. Like the low ends go differently, and the record sounds really, really, really beautiful. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, and you say you wanted something more than just the reissue, and it does seem like the packaging of the record and the booklet that comes with it, that it seems like there was a lot of care and thought put into
It is.
those
There is a
items.
lot of care. Yes,
Yeah.
there is a lot of care. Yes.
Was it strange at all for you to go back through this old record of yours that was now 20 years old?
No, it was surprising to find in some songs so many tracks that you don't even hear because I was in such a mood when I recorded that there were like 20 arrangements for, I mean, what I meant, 20 instruments with 20 different arrangements for just one song. And when you hear the whole thing, you just hear a thing, but you don't realize that what's doing what. That's what I like about it. And then when I opened the different tracks, I said, what? I didn't remember I had done this or I thought that. And I mean, it's not that I couldn't remember, but I had forgotten. And it was nice to work on the album for this reissue.
It must bring you back to a very particular time as well, because this was, I mean, I was going to get into this a little later, but this was actually your second record, hence the name.
Yes.
So, but it was also kind of the one that brought you a larger audience and a larger exposure and kind of started paving the way for your later releases. So it must be kind of, I would think, kind of nice to go back and sort of revisit that time of your life as well.
Oh, yes. I consider Segundo the most important record I made. Not because it's the best, but it's the most important because it drew the path I was going to go through since, and that I haven't left still. I'm still going somewhere on that direction. And it feels good because it's a representation of myself. So it's easy. It's not that I'm doing something that I tried to do in a way that I am not.
Do you feel like you're a different person now? Does it feel like the songs of another person, or do you still feel very close with those songs?
I'm still very close to those songs. Yes.
That's nice though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That is well, maybe I can say that that is when you find your own way to do things, we can call it a style, that you have your own style. And so I don't feel that the songs are aged, or maybe some lyrics that I see, I wouldn't, if I had to sing those songs again, maybe I would change a few verses, but just a few. In general, I think, yes. Actually, in the booklet, the lyrics on the booklet are not, for one of the songs, are not the same than on the record, because when the record came out, I had already changed the lyrics for that song. So I wrote the ones that you should be listened to when I sing. I'm not the ones that I'm singing on the album.
But that's good that you don't feel like it was this other life, or like that you feel separated from it. Because I think you're right. I mean, your very specific style of songwriting and creation it has only sort of deepened. It's not like you're suddenly doing something else now.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
it's sort of interesting, I would think, to then go back and see like, oh, this is sort of like what I've been doing 20 years on. Like I've just kind of finessed it a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes, it's something that you learn how to, it's like cooking. I don't know, you make your first omelette and well, it's not very, I don't know, but it's still an omelette.
Mm-hmm.
40 years later, you still use eggs and whatever you want to put in it.
But you might be making a better omelet, but it's still an omelet.
Exactly. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. But you
Right.
learn how to make an omelette.
Yeah, I think that's a good analogy.
But it's still the omelette.
Yeah. So even though your style hasn't changed entirely since then, do you think your process has changed at all?
No, that's the worst part. Because I'm very not the opposite of tidy, of being clean and neat. I record many tracks and I put different bits all over the place. And like now, for instance, I am finishing an animation that should be ready for tomorrow.
Oh.
I've been animating this for more than a month, I think almost 2 months. And it's very, you can see that I work the same way whatever I do, because it's a mess. There are images and things all over. It's not just one track with the drawing, one track with the background, and one track. No, there's already 12 tracks to. I don't know what I do. I honestly, it's very hard then to. That's why for instance, one day I found someone said, "Oh, I would like to show you how I mix. If you could send me some tracks." For instance, for a start, I was not going to send him any tracks. But even if I wanted, I couldn't because they don't exist. I should work with someone to put everything together before sending anything to anyone, because it's like, what is this mess?
But at this point, it must be a slightly organized chaos. I mean, it's a mess, but you know what you're doing.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
But then I have, if you want to change something, then it's chaotic and you waste a lot of time trying to find where things are. But that's the way I am in my house. It's the same.
It's interesting though, because your records, especially from Segundo on, are very complex in their sort of structures and
yes.
the different sounds that you interweave and the different instruments that you put together. So you're saying that the process of making it is sort of messy and disorganized, but then you would never guess that on the record. I don't
Really?
think. I feel like it all feels very in sync with all of its elements. So the magic trick is working on me.
Well, okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad it does, because yeah, I should post sometimes some pictures of my windows. And because really, you look at that and say, what are we doing here? Because sometimes I mix. This is because when I started recording, my computer was, excuse me, like everybody else's computer, with very low memory and RAM and everything. So in order to save space, I would record a vocal, and then if the vocal wasn't there anymore, maybe there's a keyboard later or whatever, another instrument on the same track. So that's what I mean. The tracks and recordings are whatever there's room for them. Like if you have a furniture full of drawers, and instead of putting, well, all the sweaters go in this drawer, this one for the socks, and this one, no, wherever there's room to put something, there it goes, and then you don't find anything.
That's true. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about your style. It's usually described as a blend of sort of acoustics and electronics. I feel like that is kind of appropriate for what most of what you've done, because there's a lot of acoustic guitar, a lot of live drums, but then there's also a lot of synth work and um, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of like electronic drums and things like that. So it is kind of a blend. And I do feel like when you were getting more visibility around Segundo and Tres Cosas, you were ascribed to the folktronica genre. I'm sure
Yes.
you've heard that term
Yeah,
before.
of course. Yes.
Is that ever something you agreed with, or was that
I
just one of
did.
those strange genre things?
I did agree, but I also found the origin of that label. And the origin, I thought that if I had played with an electric guitar instead of an acoustic, then that wouldn't have worked.
Right.
I think the only thing that makes that label correct is the fact that I was using an acoustic guitar with all this. It's not to me. When you say electronic, I think more of house music or
Mm-hmm.
dance music.
Like techno.
And techno, yes.
Yeah.
So, and I think I use whatever I have, whatever, because I've been doing my records with the same instruments for 20 years.
Mm.
So, if I had different instruments, well, I would have done something with those other instruments.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything I do or make is with whatever is around.
Hmm.
And at the time I had an acoustic guitar, and then at time I got someone who showed me that keyboard. So I said, oh, I like this keyboard. So I just bought the same keyboard because I didn't know you could program I thought every keyboard came with presets and that was it.
Mm.
I didn't know you could do your own sounds. Once I learned that, and I learned how to make those new sounds in a specific keyboard, in this particular keyboard, then I bought the same one because I just already learned how to do it on that keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to spend time learning with other keyboards, with a different technology, with a different way of programming. I had already learned to do that. So, okay, let's go with this one because I already know it. And that's the way I work with
Yeah.
everything. I get to do things and then I keep them.
Have you literally used the exact same instruments for 20 years?
Yes.
Like the same ones, like the same guitar?
Yes.
I think that's really cool.
Yes.
So then
I
the
have
guitar that
three
we hear on,
guitars.
so
I
the
have
guitar
three
was,
guitars.
you have three guitars that you've been playing for 20 years,
Yes.
essentially.
Essentially, yes.
So the guitars that we hear on like Alo are the same on Segundo.
Yes.
I think that's neat
Yeah.
from my own perspective.
Yes.
So we
Yes,
did
I'm not that
mention.
kind of. No, doesn't matter. I was saying nothing. Okay.
I was just gonna say. So we did mention, or I mentioned very briefly that you did have a first record, Rara, which I'm sure I'm saying horribly.
No,
Rolling my
pretty
R's,
close.
rolling two R's in a row is hard for me.
Yeah. It's one rolled and the other one is like
Oh,
an American D.
okay. Oh, okay.
Rara.
That helps me a lot. So I won't get into your like real backstory because I feel like I don't think there's an article written about you in the past 10, at least 15 years that doesn't mention that you were an actress first.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's one of those storylines that everyone loves to just kind of pick up on and run with. But
Yeah.
I will ask then, what did lead you into making Rada?
Well, to start with, I had a lot of songs that I had already written before, because the story is that I was an actress, a comedian, but what maybe people don't know is that I started doing that in order to have money to make music.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to. I needed like at least at the time, like in and late 80s, I studied a lot the guitar. I played every day, like 6 hours a day. And so I didn't want to lose that time to play music, going to, I don't know, a job that would take me all that time. In order to live, I needed, so I started to think. I said, oh, wait a minute, I know how to do this. What I should do is to work on TV, because that pays right, that pays well. I could do a little thing on TV, and then I could have money to pay my rent and still play music. That's what I thought. So I had done a few years before that a little tape with my uncle that knew about my characters, the ones that I could impersonate. So he called me for a demo for a TV show that nothing happened with that. But I still had that videotape with all the little things I had done for that. So I started to watch TV to see where I could fit. I said, okay, not here, not here, not here. This is the show where I would fit. I would fit very well in this show. So I went there to production with my cassette, my only videotape. I didn't even have a copy. And I was very young. So I had this kind of daring that you don't have second thoughts or anything. You just go and do things. I went there and said, okay, this is what I do. This is the only tape I have. So I would like you to watch it and then tell me if you want me or not, because if not, I will go somewhere else. Okay. And then they had me there going every week, and they hadn't watched it. And one day I got really mad and said, okay, give me my tape back. I can't wait for this long. And they looked for the tape, and finally they gave it back to me. And but I had gone there for so many times, like 5 times, to see if they had watched the video. There weren't any emails or anything that you could just call and any news from your house. So I went there. I lived close by anyway, and I took my video and went. So I had developed a little relationship with the guy from the show, and I went away very mad. I said, "You're very respectful." Blah blah blah. So one day I went to see a show. I don't remember who came out and played. It was very rare in Argentina to have foreign shows. And there this guy was sitting and said, Juana, hi, what are you doing here? Well, since I don't work on TV, I have to come. I don't know when I said, oh, no, but you didn't give me the chance to. Yes, I gave you the chance. Okay, bring it to me on Monday. I promise I will watch it. I said, okay, but don't make it go for nothing. I will go, give it to you, and you will watch it, and you will tell me in the same week. So we had already developed kind of confident relationship. So I went, left the tape, and then went on Friday, and he said, well, I think you're hired. Something like that. And so I started to work on that show. And it went so well that I was immediately called by someone else. And at the beginning, I was in heaven because I only worked on Monday. We recorded on Mondays. It aired during the week. So because of the union, you would get paid as if you had worked for 5 days. Even if you recorded one day, you get paid for the days that it's aired. And so I was there having all the time in the world to play music and a good money to pay my rent and everything. But it went so well that I got called by someone else, and I started to work in a different show, and I ended up having my own show, and then the music went away. That's why when, I don't know, I was in the middle of a crisis, I said, what am I doing here? This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to play music.
Mm.
Why am I here being a TV star doing these characters that are okay, funny, but I don't have any more ideas? Then I decided to cut the show right away and to just start it with what I wanted to do from the beginning.
So you made the decision, it's over, I'm gonna go do this other thing.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That's why I had all the press against me for several years, because like who do you think you are? You're leaving this, and because you have this whimsical idea of playing music, blah blah blah. And then,
as if acting is like less, artistic or less, whatever you want to call it. They're all
but
in
you
the
know
arts.
how things are. You are this, and you can't be on something else.
That's true.
So you're already here. You're already ranged in this. I'm lacking of words to express
I know
what I want to say, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Do you think that sort of that reputation that the press gave you when you quit your show, do you think that has anything to do with why more people don't actually know about your first album? Do you think that it kind of got stifled because of that?
Yes, because I didn't start from zero.
Mm-hmm.
I started from below zero. Because when the Rara came out, I had lots of press, but none of it spoke about the record. Every single article was talking about how I left TV.
Yeah.
So it was like all the titles of the articles were about leaving TV or about, I don't know, like things that that didn't have anything to do with the record. Not one word about the record, even not even a bad review.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So people just didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know because they only knew that I had left my show in order to play music, but the record was nowhere.
Yeah. So they don't even know what it sounds like. They don't know what you're doing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Was that discouraging at all, or did it just make you feel okay?
It was. But anyway, I wasn't ready still. I guess I'm a slow person. And I wasn't ready to face my new career still, because I wasn't even able to play live. I was so shy and shaky and problematic and so self-conscious about everything that to watch one of those shows was kind of an unforgettable experience, because bad and forgettable experience, because I just couldn't sing, couldn't play, couldn't do anything. I didn't know anything about sound. So when something didn't work, I wasn't able to tell why it wasn't working.
Right.
Like one of my worst experiences in my life, when I remembered what happened and why it was so difficult, it was just too loud. And I wasn't even able to tell that it was loud. It was bad, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
And things like that. But then I learned.
Yeah. And Segundo seems like it was quite a learning experience for you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
At least, especially in terms of figuring out exactly like what you're going for.
Yes, and also the thing about for instance, having to record your album in a week in a studio with all that pressure that it needs to be perfect in just one session. Well, Segundo took me almost 3 years.
Yeah. Wait, so is that how Rada was made? Like in 1 week?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was 1 week in a studio and then 10 days in Santa Eulagia's place singing the vocals, but still, it's just 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's kind of when you think of film as well, how like when some movies are made in 11 days and then others get 6 months, like there is a difference.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a tight schedule.
In movies it's different because you need a whole lot of people to work in it.
True.
But if you're on your own in your house recording, you just have an idea, and maybe you spend a week recording, and then not sleeping, not eating, but then some other days you just don't record. I don't know. It just comes and goes, and you need to. You can't force too much things.
No, it's the product suffers. Yeah, your creativity suffers, I think, if you're trying to force it out.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I need to sing well. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
You have that kind of pressure.
Yeah. So to completely time warp up to the present day, almost present day, your last release was a sort of surprising EP. Actually, maybe your live album came last.
Yes.
Okay, so before
that there was it
was the EP, the Forfun EP, where, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would describe this as sort of punk versions.
Yes.
Like rock versions of your old songs.
There was I don't know if you know the story why we did that.
I don't think I do.
It's because we were playing at Roskilde Festival, and we got there and our instruments didn't.
Oh.
So we were at the airport. We had to play like at 5, and it was 10 in the morning, and we were at the airport waiting for our things that never showed up. And someone from the festival told us, listen, there's 2 possibilities. Either you come with us now and you go into our whatever place they had, that we have lots of instruments that you can choose from there and make your own set, or wait for the next flight, which is going to be, your instruments are going to be there probably, but then you won't have time to sound check and anything. And we did the maths and we decided to wait for the next flight. And the instruments didn't come in the next flight.
Oh my God.
So
that's such a nightmare scenario.
It was a complete nightmare. We got there half an hour before the show.
Wow.
No instruments. And there was a possibility to cancel, but if I cancel, I didn't get paid. And in order to keep going on the tour, I needed that money, because we were 5 people and everybody needs to get fed and to travel and to sleep. So you need that money when you're touring. So I decided to go anyway with the show, with whatever we had. And we went with 1 keyboard, bass, a guitar, and drums. That was it. And without the time to know how we were going to play in the song. So everything was, as we started, becoming like punker and wilder and wilder. And so it was so fun at the end. And the fans that were there had a good time, because it was like they knew what happened. And they knew the songs, and they see these new versions of this, and it was like a good vibe. And that's how the idea came up. Okay, let's do this just to have like a souvenir of what we had to go through.
So you basically improvised.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
These versions, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And it mostly worked. I mean, that must have felt successful in a way.
It was
did it work better once you went back and recorded them?
successful. It was like half frustration and half success.
Well, I would imagine it's frustrating. I mean, that is a really horrible situation to find yourself in, I'm sure. I mean, you make the decision to wait and it still doesn't come, and then you're kind of like at odds of what to do. So it sounds like you made lemonade out of those lemons.
Yes.
And now, I mean, your live album that came out has a couple of those versions in the
Yes.
set. Like you actually play them now.
Yes, we play, especially Paraguaya Punk.
Mm.
I think it's the only one we play. Yes. No, and Un Día.
Right. Also. Yeah. I knew there was another one somewhere. Yeah.
Yes. Those are the two that we play. I don't know. There are things and different times, because I wouldn't play them now, for instance, after all that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have that mood to play them again.
Right.
I think.
Is punk or rock music something that you actually had a connection to personally?
Yes. Not the most closest one, but yes. Yes.
And it was never like an ambition of yours to make punk music, right? Okay.
No. Anyway, I don't think you can have ambitions in doing music or anything, because there are a lot of genres that I like that I couldn't even dream to play, because it's not what I do.
Right.
It's not something. It's something that someone else does.
Yeah, I mean, we can't do everything we like. It's true, you know.
Yeah, you can.
You can try.
You can try for a start. Then, if you really feel that you are a punk rock artist, then you just go for it. But I don't feel that I am that.
Okay.
Or any of the other genres that I like.
I mean, there is sort of a punk sort of DIY element to what you do, not really in the sound.
Yes, I understand.
You know, just sort of this very DIY, attitude. The attitude is there. Like your music can be quite soft, so that's not really what I mean, but just sort of like what goes into what you do and kind of how you create what you do. There is kind of a punk element to it, I'd say. In a sense.
Like live in the present.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you say, a little messy.
Yes, it is messy.
Yeah. So going forward, was there ever a plan for a Segundo like tour that for this reissue? Well, was there before or is there now?
I didn't think about that.
Is there some? Is that something you'd like to do
at all ever again?
I don't know.
I mean, I haven't played in a year and a half now.
Have you been? Do you like still play at home?
Less than before. Yes.
Well, are you nervous to start touring again, or do you want to?
Well, you have the word inertia, right?
Yeah.
Well, I work by inertia. If I'm moving, I still move, and if I don't, I keep still.
Yeah.
So it will be a matter of starting, and it'll come back, I'm sure. But
is that just sort of it happens naturally when it happens?
It's been like that forever. It's not. I make a record, and then I want to keep. I always have the feeling that I could make 10 more. Mm-hmm. But then, well, the record's out, and you need to stop playing at home, and you need to rehearse those songs in order to tour, and that's why I don't keep recording, because I have other things to do. Mm-hmm. But when I finished Segundo in 2000, I didn't have any shows at all. So I kept recording, and that's how I got Tres Cosas immediately after.
Okay.
That's why now the gap between songs is longer.
Right.
Because there's this touring process, the rehearsing process, and that puts me far away from making music.
Yeah.
I need to get back into that mood.
Do you record at home when you record?
Yes.
So you have access to it whenever you would need it.
Exactly.
So that's good. That's comforting, at least.
Those are all the things that I've learned from Segundo.
Right.
That
could you play any Segundo songs still, or would you really need to relearn them?
no, I could play a few.
I'm always curious about that, with especially with these
No.
anniversaries.
I still play a few in the
Okay.
live show, and I could play several songs.
Good.
And also there's songs that I will never play. That because there are a few songs from every record that I can't play live because I would need many people to do it, or to have everything pre-recorded, which I don't like.
Yeah.
And
yeah, some of your songs do have probably over a dozen layers of sound, as you were saying. So yeah.
Exactly. So I would need like an orchestra, or
that would be interesting. A Juana Molina orchestra tour.
And very expensive.
And very expensive.
Yes. Yes. But if someone can finance that,
Sure.
I'd like to do that, to play the albums instead of making the live versions, and as I've been doing for 20 years, to play the actual versions of the record with all the arrangements. That would be great.
That'd be really cool.
Lots of work. Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to do that once in a time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that'd be fun to do at least one time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have basically reached the end of this interview. I've been recently doing this thing. I keep saying I'll probably regret it, but I've been ending with a sort of like lightning round of questions. Just quick.
I hate that. Okay.
We can skip
What's
it
your
if you
favorite?
want.
What would you choose if you went to an island, an isolated island?
Oh no, not that.
Okay.
That's not my question.
If you ask me now, what's my favorite record? When those kind of questions come up, I just have a blank and I can't think anymore.
Okay.
And then when I hang up, it's I should have said this and that and that.
Yeah, I do that. I do that kind of thing too. So my first one is about Segundo, and originally it's funny you mentioned that because I was going to ask what your favorite song on Segundo is. I don't know if you can answer that because I did adjust the question.
You just what was it before?
I was it was what is your favorite song on Segundo, and now it is which one was your like fondest memory of making? But that might be a harder question.
I think I had fun making all of them. Honestly, I had really a good time doing that record. That's probably why it's my favorite. And I didn't have any pressure,
that's true.
It was like no one's judging, no one's gonna say anything. There wasn't anything. When it came out and you have the reviews, and then what am I gonna do? Am I gonna do the same? Oh no, it's exactly like the same one, like the previous one. I'm gonna do something different. Oh, it's totally different. I don't like it anymore. So that can. But my favorite song of Segundo, I don't know.
I know. I'm sorry to ask.
Martin Fierro is one of them. The first track. Mantra. Cien, second track.
Okay, I mean that's a few.
I have a special love for all of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yes.
Makes sense. Second question, would you ever want to do a film score? And if so, what kind of film do you think you'd want to score?
I think I have scored a film.
I don't know. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, but I think I would like to make a score that you don't notice when you watch the film. I want it to be so much part of what you're looking at, or what you're seeing, what you're feeling, and what the scene is about, that you don't even notice when you go out. Oh, I love the music. What? There was music? Really? I didn't notice. What? You didn't notice? There's full of music all the time. No, I haven't. Well, no, I can't believe it. I would like to do that.
A very
When I
subtle score.
scored this film that I did, I told her, listen, this film doesn't need any music. Can we just quote? Can we just put in the credits no music, Juana Molina? Can you do that?
That'd
But
be
yes,
funny.
I'd like to do it. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be. There is. I mean, to me, there is something like I think a lot of people think film scores are typically really heavy on strings and very dramatic instrumentation, but I think there is something kind of cinematic to a lot of what you do. I mean,
Did you see Monos?
no, and I know Mika Levy's scores are great, and I really wanted to watch and hear that movie.
Yes, that
Yeah.
movie I would have loved to
Mm.
have it myself. I
Well,
love
because
that.
there is like a moodiness to a lot of what you do or can
Exactly.
do, and I think that would lend itself very well to a movie like that.
Yes.
Mm. Finally, because I am 100% naive to this, I'm going to ask you, who are a couple Argentine musicians that you think the rest of us should know about? Even historically, even if they're not current.
Can we switch to Uruguay?
Sure. Because I don't know any Uruguayan musicians either, so.
Yes. Well, for a start, you need to listen to
Okay.
Eduardo Mateo, and then to his band El Quinto.
Okay.
Also, well, those are the essentials from Uruguay, let's say. And then from Argentina, I don't know.
Because there aren't that many that we get around, that we get up here. You, I believe, were the first Argentine musician that I had ever heard up in America. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like that happens a lot, though. With international non-American music, we get like one from a
Yes.
country, one
Yeah.
from another country. We don't get a
Yes.
whole lot, and I know that there's more, and
Well,
from all those
maybe
places.
if the States wasn't so big, we would have just one artist from the States.
That's very possible.
No, I was kidding. Músicos de Argentina. I'm trying to. I'm looking to my vinyls over there, but I can't read from here. I no one that I recall right now.
That's okay.
Let me see.
I mean, you gave me someone from Uruguay, so
Yes,
that works.
those are very important. You need to know that.
Sure. We can leave it there.
Like, okay.
I knew at least one of these would probably end up being too difficult, but I need to work on these. But thank you for humoring me. All right. Well, thank you very much, Juana, for talking to me. This has been quite a pleasure, quite an honor for me to speak with you. I'm happy I'm happy that Segundo is being reissued. I'm sure you are too. And I hope more people hear it than heard it before. Yes, I guess that's kind of a goal with reissues, is you kind of hope to expose it to a larger audience.
Yeah. Yes.
And I hope that happens. And I look forward to whatever comes down the way later.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juana. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.